Hey everybody, welcome back to Breathe Out Chicago. So in this episode, we're going to go up to the northwest suburban Chicago town of Mount Prospect, and we're going to visit with Teresa. Teresa is a marathon runner, and she's running a 5K race this weekend. So we're going to talk to her a little bit about her experience working out and running marathons, running races, and also talk to her about different stresses that she has in her life. She's a mother of 3. She also works full-time and takes care of the house. So we're going to talk to her a little bit, watch her run her race, and then get a couple of tips on how she manages stress and breathes for better health, happiness, and peace. So come on along, let's get started. Hi everybody, this is Teresa. Teresa is running a 5K today, and she's an experienced marathon runner. Teresa, can you tell us a little bit about how you started running?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started running really in high school when I played high school sports and wanted to get in shape. And then as I got into college and kind of later in life, as things got more stressful with schoolwork and working and all of that, I really found a lot of relief with running. And so I kind of kept up with it as a stress relief and some me time. And then fast forward even later in life, having 3 kids, I've really found that running has become kind of my savior for me. Being stressed with kids and work and juggling everything, I can go out and hit the pavement, and it really helps me focus on my breathing, focus on myself, and have that time to myself to be able to de-stress and really do something that I love.
So how many races, what kind of races do you run?
So normally I would run a marathon every year and then some sort of 5K and usually a half marathon each year. Obviously COVID has changed that for everyone, and I also have an 8-month-old. So no marathon this year, but I will be doing a 5K and hopefully the Chicago Marathon again next year.
So how many marathons have you run?
So far I've run 4 marathons.
And what about, like 5K, 10K, half marathons? Can you?
A lot. There's a big chunk of medals sitting on my wall. So yeah, some sort of amount that is those medals.
Can you share a little bit about your feeling, let's say before and after, like how you feel in your body when you feel like you need to go for a run and how you feel after?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, I can definitely feel if I haven't run, let's say for a couple of days, I can feel the stress, I can feel anxiety, I feel like my breathing is a lot faster, and I'm really just, kind of trying to get through the day. After I go for a run, I feel like I can kind of take on things. I'm a little bit more patient, my breathing has slowed down, and I'm able to really be patient and kind throughout the day versus those days when I maybe haven't run for a while.
And then can you talk a little bit about your stress, what you're dealing with in your daily life, your family situation, work, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so working full-time, juggling the 3 kids. For most of COVID, I had all of them home with me, so that was a lot. Now it's juggling getting them to and from school with a busy work schedule that sometimes means meetings on the go or meetings in the car, meetings when the kids are with me. And then it's the laundry and the housework and kind of all of the stuff that comes with that. So it's really just a big juggling act and trying to figure out the best way to manage all of that.
And how do you manage to get in running with that kind of schedule?
I just make it a priority. For me, it's scheduling it within my day. So if that means lunchtime, so it was always a joke when I was in the office that my coworkers knew like I wasn't going to go out to lunch because I was going to go running. Because for me, that was the important part. Or it's getting up early or sometimes late. Sometimes it's bringing all of the kids with me. The boys ride their bike and I push the stroller. So for me, it's a priority. And so whatever that looks like, whether it's not the run I expected or I've got a little bit more people with me, I get it done no matter what.
Great. And what are your expectations for today's race?
To finish and hopefully not slip and fall. It's pretty wet out, and I've been known to slip and fall in races. So hoping to just push the baby to the finish, and it'll be our first 5K that we've ran, just the 2 of us. So we're excited.
Okay, great. Have a good race. Good luck, and we'll see you at the finish line. Congratulations, how was it?
Thanks, it was really great.
Did you have a lot of fun?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was a good race.
You feel pretty good about your finish and your time?
Yeah, I started out pretty fast. I think I always do. You know, you get excited and you're chasing after people when you start running, but I was able to slow down after that and had a pretty good time overall.
So 5K, what was your actual time?
So 29 minutes and 1 second.
That's awesome. And then how was your breathing throughout?
It was good. Yeah, I was able to stay consistent with that. Even when I was going pretty fast, I was able to control my breathing and keep myself kind of even, which always helps out.
So can you talk a little bit about COVID? You actually had COVID earlier this year?
Yeah, so right before I had my third kid, I had COVID actually in the hospital when I had her.
What was the effect on your lungs?
It was pretty bad. It basically made it feel like every time I ran early on, it felt like I was running in the super cold or like it was hard to breathe, just a lot of burning, and wasn't really a very great experience.
And what about today?
Felt pretty good. You know, it's still probably not 100% how I used to feel before, but I can definitely run and keep a pretty good pace without feeling too uncomfortable, which is good.
When you first started running again post-COVID, what were the effects? How did your lungs feel at that time?
It was pretty rough. So even if I was running indoors, because I started running again really in the winter, but even if I was running indoors, it felt like I was breathing in cold air and just a lot of burning and struggling to breathe. I was running pretty slow and could barely even get a mile just because the breathing experience was really pretty terrible.
So do you notice now, since you had the COVID, that breathing is so much more important, part of your run?
Yeah, I think you kind of take it for granted, right? Like, oh, you breathe every day, it's not a big deal. And then when you go through something like that and realize how difficulty breathing really makes that experience difficult, then you realize how important it is. So it's been really key for me to keep my breathing under control, make sure I'm not, getting too ahead of myself or anxious where my breathing kind of gets a little sporadic or breathing too much. And just making sure I'm always staying in even controlled breaths and I'm able to have a good run.
So do you feel like you've gotten your full lung capacity back, as good as you were before you had COVID?
I think I was getting there, and then we got sick again, kids in school and daycare. So I think I'm pretty much there. Just, it's cold and flu season, so it might get a little rough here and there, but I'd say I'm pretty close to 100%.
So are you ready to run a full marathon now again?
Next year? I think we can make it happen.
All right. Good job. All right. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay. Now slowly lower your hands just a little bit above your knees. Up. Slowly breathe out.
Breathe out, Chicago!
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any questions or want more information. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.